Hello everyone, it's BellaBar112, and today I bring you another episode in my Project Horse series. This is a series where I'm open to anyone also doing this, just but you can customize or store models and post videos of you going on your journey. So today I bring you Bana. Bana was a childhood play model of mine that I loved ever so dearly. So he has a lot of, battle scars, and then one day when I kind of got into the community hobby and I learned etching, I kind of destroyed him. So anyway, first thing I'm going to do is wash your model with soap and water. That's just to make sure you have a clean canvas to start with. And giving an overview of what he looks like before I start anything, I tried etching him with maybe scissors or box cutters a couple years ago when I learned that, etching's a thing, and that backfired terribly. He has deep scratches in his plastic and just marks all over him, and I deeply regret that. I really do. I wish I never touched him at all. So the first thing I'm going to do is get a pencil, and I'm going to find some reference photos, which you'll see in the next thing. When is that? Right here. I look at reference, photos of different horse markings and pinto patterns and blah, 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 and kind of pre-plan what I'm going to etch, because for me personally, I can't freehand anything. I have to draw it out and then work with that. You can see I kind of started doing that on him. I don't know, I'm terrible at freehanding markings. It just never turns out well. One thing I did do but I didn't show on camera is I fell down a lot of his scratches with simple nail files. They were just too rough and coarse to really etch around and work with. The next thing I did was etch with an X-Acto knife. Please be very careful if you ever use one. They're very sharp. It's a dangerous crafting tool, but I also didn't show that because it took a long time to do that. Next thing I'm going to do is just with a simple eraser, get rid of those shiny marks. Typical thing. With some nail polish remover that's not acetone and a toothpick, I'm going around the perimeter of every marking that he has. And that's just to clean them up, make them look crisp, make sure there's no smudgy areas, or just paint that maybe didn't get etched away, or even if it's a manufactured marking that he already had, maybe, they just weren't crisp enough. And I use a toothpick because they are great for getting these small grooves and crevices and making everything look clean and, perfect. Afterwards, I took a Q-tip and did the main body of his markings. Q-tips are just bigger, it goes faster, they absorb the acetone, but make sure you wash your model afterwards with soap and water. You never want to leave a chemical like nail polish on your model. It just don't do it. It's not a good thing to do. I don't even know how many things I've done now, but I'm taking cheap acrylic paint, a paintbrush, and a cup of water, and I'm painting in where he had black rubs. Really watered down cheap acrylic paint. I don't have pastels, so this is just kind of my filler for now until I do get pastels. So he had some major mane rubs, ear rubs, and he had one leg that was all black that I had etched back way when I, now regret. So I decided I didn't want to etch his leg, so I painted it. And that's maybe a second coat in or so of paint, because it did take a couple coats for it to be opaque, and you can kind of see the transition of from when I first started to my third coat, where he seemed pretty good afterwards, and I felt pretty good about it. The last thing I'm going to do is take a microfiber cloth and some pledge and shine him up, make him look all pretty again, nice and polished and no dust. I have to be careful not to go over where the black acrylic paint is because, it's cheap washable paint. It'll come right off and smudge. And I don't want any of that because that's a hassle and kind of defeats the purpose of putting the paint on and undoing all the work I did. So being very careful, I just basically polished him up and made him look all pretty and shiny and brand new again. And he was very well overdue for a nice coat of polish. The very last thing I promise I'm going to do is take petroleum jelly, or otherwise Vaseline, and a Q-tip and semi-gloss his eyes. I prefer this over nail polish because if you mess up with nail polish, clear nail polish that is, you can't undo that. It's stuck like that. And you can't remove it either, otherwise you'll remove the paint. So with a Q-tip and some Vaseline, just, glob some on there, and then with the dry end, the other side of the Q-tip, kind of buff it into his eyes, and they kind of have a semi-gloss that's not permanent, which is perfect. So here he is, finally done. I'm so happy how he came out for now, and also sorry about how the camera is not, the right way, but overall pretty happy with how he came out. That one front leg, I just couldn't get some paint out, and I'm going to leave it be for now. He does have some marks that I wish I could fix, but it's kind of in the gorilla parts, and he also has really bad hoof rubs, and I just don't have pastels at the moment, so that's a project for another time. But overall, I'm happy with how he came out. I'm content. He looks so much better. I love his makeover. I love how he came out. Bana looks amazing, and I'm really happy about it. If you like what you saw, hit that subscribe button, leave a like, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!